Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Don McLean's ex-wife is outraged the American Pie singer was invited to a state dinner at the White House after he admitted to assaulting her. Patricia McLean, 64, and the rock icon split in 2016 after McLean's arrest on domestic violence charges, to which he pleaded guilty. She claimed adultery, cruel and abusive treatment, and irreconcilable differences in her divorce petition, and they reached a $10 million settlement soon after. Patricia described their marriage as 29 years of emotional, physical and sexual abuse, and the attack he was convicted of a 4-hour violent rampage. Despite this, McLean attended Joe Biden's state dinner with his current girlfriend, former Playboy model Paris Dillon, 30, for Kenyan President William Ruto and his wife Rachel Ruto last Thursday. Dressed in an all-black suit, the 78-year-old told photographers to get snaps of him and his girlfriend, former Playboy model Paris Dillon, 30. Dillon, who McLean moved on with just months after the divorce, flaunted her much younger figure in a hot pink tuxedo-style jacket as a dress, showing off her long legs. Patricia fumed at her famous ex's smiles as he glad-handed a 500-strong bevy of Biden family members, celebrities, and lawmakers. It's a dangerous and confusing signal. How can President Biden say he supports women and then give him this honor, by inviting him? She told the Portland Press-Herald. It's a very scary climate we're in when the president welcomes a convicted domestic abuser and parades him in front of world leaders. She wanted to know how well her ex-husband was vetted by White House officials and how many knew of his crimes and were happy to invite him anyway. McLean said he spent time with former President Bill Clinton at the state dinner and country singer Brad Paisley, who performed at the event. He said this was the third state dinner the Biden administration invited him to, but the first he was actually able to attend. He was supposed to be at one for South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol last April, when the East Asian leader sung American Pie. Biden presented Yoon with a guitar McLean signed as he was on tour in Australia. McLean told the Press-Herald his ex-wife was a #MeToo hustler, who was facing 2 counts of contempt of court. His lawyers filed a contempt motion against Patricia in the Knox County Superior Court last August, accusing her of violating their divorce agreement by badmouthing him. McLean also agreed to a 10-year order for protection from abuse in 2019. He still claims he is innocent of the 2016 domestic violence charges and only pleaded guilty to get the matter over with to provide closure for his family. Don has been adamant since day one that he did not do what his now ex-wife said he did, his lawyer Walter McKee said. But in the end he decided it was better to just resolve the case now and be done with it by entering pleas with 0 jail, 0 probation, and only fines. McLean paid a $3,600 fine with a good behavior bond. I can truly say that my ex-wife is the worst person I ever knew, he told the Irish Times in October 2020. Patricia met McLean when she was a 27-year-old newspaper reporter interviewing him for a story, and the pair hit it off, with Don inviting her to his concert that night. Their relationship was of a whirlwind, she said, moving really fast from the beginning. Don told her he loved her that very first night, and sent her plane tickets to meet him the following weekend. Patricia saw his attentions as romantic and felt swept off her feet. Eventually, smitten, she quit her job, sold her car, and moved across the country to be with him. But the night she moved in, she recalls that she experienced his temper for the first time. I felt trapped. I didn't have a job, apartment, or car. When I was dependent on him, I saw his anger. His temper. But before then, life was a fairy tale. Things were good, she told Scary Mommy in 2021. Patricia says that the abuse manifested in non-physical ways as well. She stated that he could also be incredibly violent. He punched me, kicked me, and pulled my hair. He liked to put both hands on my head and squeeze it like it was in a vice. It was his hallmark and trademark. His thing, she alleged. But the most devastating aspect was the emotional abuse. The physical behavior was more extreme, but the emotional effects lasted low.